97 Out of Box. This is DJ Eric, one part of the Big Flo and Eric show. Right now, you're tuned in to Tea with Monroe. Ooh. Sex, love, scandal, harassment. You get the tea right now. Tea with Monroe podcast. You're officially tuned in.
Hi, this is Monroe Bishop.
And this is Larry White.
And welcome back to Tea with Monroe. You know, I just feel like it's been forever since we recorded. Right? So, in October, we went to California to actually do 3 episodes with 3 different people. So, models, actors, and so we had some pre-recorded episodes we had got out there. And so, it's been forever since I talked to you. Well, talk to you on the podcast. I talk to you all the time.
Yep.
Are you finna go with that silent treatment again?
Oh, no, I'm just
That tea is good, isn't it?
chilling.
If y'all haven't had this, you need to try this. We're actually really, really for real drinking tea. It is salted caramel by Bigelow. And it's really, really good. Really, really, really good. So we went to California, and let me just start with this, our sip and see. So we have a Facebook group, and it's a group it's just a Facebook group. I can't even explain it other than that. It's a Facebook group. We talk about a whole bunch of crap. And so I decided to do a sip and see to meet some of the people behind the comments. And we all met at Prospect Park, and what'd you think about it?
Had a good time. Got to see a lot of people.
A lot of your high school friends, right?
There were some high school friends there.
I feel like that was all your high school friends.
No. Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Because even the girls at the other table, remember?
Yeah, that was somebody from that era, but not all of them was high school friends, but
The majority of them was. I really
Yeah,
appreciate
like,
Klein Forest for coming out and representing at Tea with Monroe Sip and See. It was a lot of fun. You know, sometimes we get lost in this parallel world of technology and social media that we forget, to meet people, to talk to people, to get up close and personal with people. And it was so funny because some of my biggest contributors to the group who always posting, who has the wittiest comments, who that are bigger than life personality in the group,
right.
they were the quietest.
Mm-hmm.
They were the quietest, and the ones who don't say much had the biggest voices at the sip and see, So it was definitely a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of fun. So y'all can see we're recording this and we're in the bed. It's Sunday and it's his fault. He being lazy. He was watching the game, and so I had to get in where I fit in with this podcast. So I decided to record from the bed. Now we're drinking tea. So a lot has happened since we last recorded. So much has happened. So I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about a lot of fluff. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Weinstein.
Yeah.
Weinstein. What the hell? What the hell is that about?
That's just one person. It's a whole bunch going on in Hollywood.
Yeah, it just seems like a lot. Honestly, first of all, I want to say this. Are we really surprised?
No, I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised. We have been, as consumers, I know I have been hearing about this couch. I forgot what they call it, the casting couch or wherever, where when you go in to try to get these roles that some people require you to do other things to get these roles.
Yeah.
And I'm shocked though. I'm not surprised, but I am shocked because it's 2017, almost 2018. Now, how long has this been going on?
Since 1903.
Shut up. Are you serious? You just being funny. Oh my God, he's trying to be funny.
Yeah.
But it's been going on for a while, and I'm just really in awe And what I am shocked about is that some of the women that are coming out are very well known actresses.
Yeah. Yeah, Ted Cruz just came out and said somebody grabbed on him, a man or something. So
Well, Terry Crews' situation it's similar but a little different. He was at a party, and him and his wife, and it was in front of his wife. A agent came up to him, and I guess instead of giving him a handshake, he grabbed his penis. Which I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? What the hell kind of greeting is that? Even athletes don't do stuff like that. I mean, they may slap each other on the butt after somebody make the shot or shoot the pitch or throw the ball or whatever they do.
shoot the pitch.
Or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. But they don't go around grabbing people's crotches. So I don't know what in his mind thought it was okay to grab somebody's penis. And honestly, I have to commend Terry Crews. I mean, that's a big dude.
He ain't knock him out.
No, he didn't. You know why? Because guess what? If he did, it would the actual act of him being sexually assaulted would have been overshadowed by a burly, strong black man.
I don't think so.
Yeah, and that's what he said. He did say that, and people do think that. And his wife said, "Remember who you are."
I think if a dude grabbing on another dude like that and he hit him, I think enough people would say, I understand. Because they wouldn't accept that. But if a woman slapped a man and somebody grabbed on her like that, grabbed her crotch area.
But it's a woman. It's a woman, though.
Expected from a dude.
It's a woman, though.
It's expected to get a beat down.
It is expected to get a beat down. But you got to think about who he is. He's a tall, big... I don't know what this other guy looks like.
I understand who he is. I understand what he looks like. That's even more reason you don't do it.
Well, okay.
You gotta put that in their brain. You
don't do it. But the thing about it is, honestly, he would have been viewed some type of way if he'd have knocked that man on his ass. Because he clearly can knock that man on his ass.
You know what he'd have been viewed like? T-Money.
What's T-Money?
Ted Cruz.
Oh.
Back in his, people don't remember, but Ted Cruz used to be in the Gladiators. He was a gladiator. After football.
But it wasn't, is it violent? Gladiators is violent? But it's a sport. It's a competition. It's a sport.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I kind of agree with him because I think because of so much racial tension going on right now, I think any excuse would have been used for him to have, he could have handled that differently.
Ted Cruz is one of the biggest, first of all, how many people he did that in front of? How many people saw him grab?
Now that I don't know. I just know him and his wife greeted the guy. And this guy represents, I want to say, if Sylvester Stallone, he's a big time agent.
I believe if multiple people saw it and he got hit, then he got witnesses to the fact. So if his illegal situation came about, assault, well, he got assaulted first. You understand? So that's my perspective.
Well, I mean, that could have went one way, but why risk it, And honestly, I think it takes a very courageous person, especially a man, to say, hey, I was sexually assaulted. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know how often that happens.
It happens to men probably a lot, but it's probably with the opposite sex. I think that because it was unwanted, just like if it's anybody, if it's unwarranted. Right. How many times women get sexually assaulted? A woman come grab another woman's boob.
Hell, we sometimes get sexually assaulted with y'all looking at us. We feel violated.
But what I'm saying is how many times a woman come grab another woman's boob? Or a woman grabs on another woman's butt.
We do. But let's just be clear though. Women are very affectionate, but usually when we're grabbing and groping other women is because we have a personal relationship. I'm
pretty sure that agent felt he had a personal relationship.
I don't think so. I mean, honestly, I can't even. They don't run in the same circles. I mean, in terms of friendship wise, I don't believe so. And Terry never said that.
Oh, what my point is, for somebody to walk up to you and feel like they can grab you in your crotch, they gotta think they can play with you like that. That's my thought.
Yeah, now that too, I did think about that too. What made him feel like he was that comfortable enough to do something like that? So
my point
did they play around before? Not sexually, but like banter and hang out, or
he felt comfortable enough to say,
how's it hanging, Terry? And just grab this.
Yeah. So my
it's not funny. I'm not laughing, y'all, but I'm just the thought of it.
Yeah, my point is when a person play. Women get assaulted every day. Now, if a dude come grab on a woman and do like what a woman does, it's gonna be an unwarranted thing. Ted Cruz didn't appreciate it. He could have went off on the dude. He probably gave the dude a pass, but he probably said some words. I would say, and I'm surprised his wife didn't say something about
His
it.
wife did say something. Don't do anything. She's the one who kept him
Nah,
from
I'm
knocking the man
surprised she
out.
didn't say something to the dude.
But what
She
I
could
don't
have
we
had
don't
the
know that she
reaction.
didn't. I'm pretty sure something in that quiet moment had to be said. No fist was thrown. No charges were battery charges or fight, whatever it's called when you beat up somebody.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure something verbally was said. You know, I just I don't even know what I think honestly. If we were out and somebody came and grabbed your junk, first of all, so many things gonna be going through my mind. Is like, what the fuck? Why is he grabbing your junk? Why does he feel that comfortable in grabbing your junk? Of course, that's victim blaming. Like, what has happened before to make him feel like he can grab on you? What y'all got something going? You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be honest. So many things would go through my mind, but then I am going
You
to.
think like that? I don't.
I do
You
because
think so cynical? of
okay,
stuff.
okay. Now tell me something. If we were out somewhere and somebody that I knew, maybe not necessarily up close and personal, but just knew, came up, you think I don't know them, came up and just grabbed my butt or stroked my shoulder or put their hand real low on my back, you're going to be like, what's up with you and that dude? Why you feel like he could touch you like that?
Well, yeah,
You do think that way,
I
you
guess
know.
I think cynical. Too.
But then after that thought, you're going to say, dude, what the hell you doing touching my wife? So I'm pretty sure she said something. Cause I know if
Yeah.
it was somebody came and grabbed Joe junk, I'm swinging. I'm catching the charge because I'm just like, wait a minute now,
Yeah.
what's going on? Then I'm punching you if it ain't clarified why this man is grabbing your junk. But it's so funny though. Terry Crews posted on Twitter because Russell Simmons reached out to him and told him that he apologize. Man, just get a man a pass. Let them because the guy has since been suspended from the agency, and he is a very top notch agent who oversees a lot of actors and actresses. Right. And Terry Crews is like, no, he's not going to get a pass, and I don't blame him. Unless you invite somebody to your junk, they should not be touching you. Point blank and period.
Unless you invite somebody to feel that way that they can touch you. So that's the thing with a lot of this stuff. So these people feel like they were sexually harassed in Hollywood and even in Washington.
Right, right.
A lot of that's going on. But, like, is it the initial thing that upset a person? How does a person determine whether they are going to, if it's some natural flirtation or an initial flirting? How do you determine that is sexual assault? Sometimes
It depends.
these words are thrown around, and people get stuff thrown on them, and you can't have a natural relationship as a man and a woman, or if you man and man or woman and woman, but you can't have a natural flow of a relationship
Without somebody screaming sexual
without
assault.
somebody screaming sexual assault if they have a higher position. It could be a boss, or it could be a person, a supervisor that has a higher authority than you, and all of a sudden, if you ever try to, date somebody at your job or
right.
anything, most people get married from people they meet at work. Most people get, it, it's not the, you don't normally marry the person like that you met out. That's not the norm. The norm is you meet people at your
job,
at
church,
where you're at.
yeah,
where you normally
different things,
at.
right?
So where's the thin line? It could be a preacher that's not married.
It's a very thin line. But let me just say this: as a female, when you're in the company, I'm just gonna use a male just because that's the dynamics. That's not the dynamics we were talking about, but that's usually the dynamics: male, female, whichever who has power. As a female, if somebody with power has the ability to be able to dictate whether I can work here, whether I can live here, whether I can thrive here, if we're in a very friendly relationship just in general, and all that touchy-feely stuff is going on, nothing inappropriate, and I'm comfortable with it, that's one thing. But typically, when there's a shift. When there's a shift in the way somebody is dealing with you because the hand slips lower, the touching gets longer, it gets more provocative. You just know intuitively it's a shift. And it's all based on how it makes you feel
Okay.
when that person is doing that. Now remember, okay, let me take it back to California. Remember the young man, the actor we was talking to, Aaron, and we were talking about sexualizing in the modeling industry. How do you know when somebody is like, if he's go to a casting call and he has to take off his shirt, and one of the female people who has to determines whether he's hired or not comes touching on him. How do you know? How does it make you feel? Do you feel like she's sexualizing you, or do you feel like this is what's required to get the job? And he says, I feel totally comfortable with it now. If you touch me in certain places, I'm gonna feel some type of way. But I know if the job requires me to take off my shirt, and I need a 6-pack, and you count my 6-pack, or or you trying to do your job to determine whether I can get the job, that's different. But he said that it's a mindset. It depends on how the touching makes me feel. And I think that's what it is. But it's a thin line because a person who is being the one that's being touched can have motives also. They can have motives of, well, maybe if I take this situation and just twist it. We see it in the movies all the time. They twist it a little bit to get the upper hand in order to be able to get that position or to get the money or get a position of power by making it seem the person that touched them inappropriately.
Well, let me say this. The bad part about a lot of this sexual, this sexual assault and this sexual harassment charges, there's a lot of women and probably men that takes advantage of people flirtations and desires and wants. So there's a lot of women that put themselves in a position.
Oh, here
Hold
we
on,
go.
listen to
Here
me.
we go.
Don't do that.
Here we go.
Because there's a lot of women that put themselves in a position, and they know it's a flirtation going on. They know it's a sexual whatever, and they try to do it to get gain. So
I'm responsible for you acting inappropriately.
it's not inappropriate if you are putting yourself in a position.
What position is that?
If you using your sexuality to gain, if you using it to gain, you know somebody is gonna look at your
I don't know
boobs,
that.
but you come in wearing cleavage
Oh my
all the way
gosh.
down. You know somebody's gonna look at you
Okay.
in a certain way.
That don't give you the right to touch me inappropriately.
I'm not saying touch you. I said harassment or sexual advances. That's the same thing as, you know. I'm just saying sometimes people
Harassment.
use it to.
Okay, you're
to
right.
gain
You're right, and
position.
men do too. So yes, you're right. So if
Not so much,
so, like
but
say,
okay.
let's say for instance, we we're going to meet somebody for a job opportunity or something, and we know that this guy or this girl, it could be a female, likes attractive women. So I'm going in there with a nice little provocative dress on, not nothing trashy, but just really sexy and alluring and stuff like that. It's now my attention is to
I'm not even saying that you know it. What I'm saying is, once you identify it, once you see it, then you building from it. You build from it, and then when it gets to where you can't control it, it's harassment. But you've been doing things.
like what though? Because let me tell you something. If I'm dressed some type of way and we're out somewhere and I notice that he's digging me, and yes, I may lean in a little closer. That doesn't give him the right.
I'm not saying it.
What are you
It
saying?
don't have to be in that one incident. It could be that you are, let's say you are, you going on a first interview. Let's say
Right.
you went to meet somebody, a business deal,
Right.
and you see the guy's eyes light up when he see you. You could tell you, oh, he checked me out. You know, he was attracted to
I
me.
know my walk may get a little sexy. My strut may change.
Okay,
I may get that little chink eye.
So you realize it's a big deal.
Okay.
Whatever this deal is a big deal.
Right.
And so you realize that. Then next thing you know, so you have another meeting. You want to meet up again.
Okay.
This time you come a little bit even more provocative or whatever. You notice that then the conversation goes from business to a little bit more personal. You know that this guy you know that this guy's flirting with you and coming at you. Y'all talk a little business, but there's a lot of personal, little business, a lot of personal. Then next day, you want to meet up again for a third meeting to close out. Next thing you know, this business is going into a more provocative area. It's no longer at the
at the business level.
The business, no, it's no longer at the place is like a restaurant. It's no longer at a restaurant.
Okay.
Now it's at a restaurant at a hotel.
Okay.
Or now it's at a restaurant, some type of something.
Okay,
more.
first of
So
all,
my point
those are intentional. Those are intentional things.
But then once he come at you and get a little aggressive, all of a sudden he's sexually harassing you.
Well, it just depends on how he get aggressive. Now, if I go back to his room, see, it's so dicey because honestly, I'm gonna tell you something.
Happens a lot.
You do not want to blame the victim because if you say no, no means no. I don't care if this has progressed from the boardroom to the bedroom. No means no, irregardless. But here's the thing. For me personally, and if a woman is trying to pursue some sort of job or career, whatever she's trying to do, if it gets to the point where she sees progressing to that point, she needs to be the one to say, you know what, this is going, let me keep this flirtation here at Papa Do's. You know what I'm saying? Versus at the hotel restaurant. It's a thin line. I mean, flirting can go so wrong. It can go too far. And either way it goes, I don't care what you say, Larry, the man is accountable for his actions. I wouldn't give a darn what kind of messages you think I was sending. Unless I flat out say, come get this now, that does not give you the right to take advantage of this situation.
What I'm saying is this. I get that. I understand what you're saying. But if you have been flirting and there's been a back and forth banter, a flirtatious activity, eye contact, whatever. Now the guy can make it. He can take it wrong.
Right.
You may not even be flirting, but the point is, at some point, you need to. Once you know he's going too far, you need to verbally say, "Hey, I don't want you getting the wrong idea. That's not this kind of
Exactly.
Now,
somebody needs to be grown in the situation. Somebody needs to be the person that said, you know what, this is not my intent. This is not where I wanted this to go. But he may say, well, I thought you, well, yeah, I found you attractive, but we're here about business. I mean, again, people's motives are hard to actually, because, as you know, it's a lot, the climate out there, like Nelly just got accused of rape. Who was the other guy? What's the guy? The Game was just recently accused. And by all intents and purposes, people were saying these young women put themselves in a position for the possibility. So because if you get on the tour bus, does that mean she wants to have sex?
The problem with the accusing is that all it is just the seriousness of the charge is what they're doing. What they're saying is enough for you to be destroyed. And it's not right.
It's not.
Some of this stuff, you may have been accused, you may have been sexually assaulted. I'm not taking it from and people's lives can be destroyed from it. But at the same time, you can destroy a person's life for just accusing them.
That's true.
There's been times where people said, this person did this to me, and it's really because they mad or something didn't go their way.
Yeah.
It's
or it's for financial gain. Financial gain.
They've done something and they know they did it, right, and they didn't get the benefit out of it that they thought, and now they want to, whatever. Or it may not even they may not even know the person, never had contact. It may just been a straight up lie,
right,
made up. It happened. We saw it with Bill Cosby. We saw it with a lot of people.
This Weinstein guy.
But he admitted to his.
Who, Weinstein?
Yeah, he admitted.
Not all of them. Some of the criminal charges now.
Of course, he's not gonna admit to criminal charges.
Well, what I'm saying is he has not admitted to everything. Now, some things he has, but some things that he done was criminal. I'm not legal, but
anytime you grab, grope, touch.
No. It's something else he did that took it to a different level. It took it to a different level. Now I think he has copped it
That
to.
that would be rape. If it's
I think
minor.
it was. I think it may have
If
been
it's a
rape. I think
minor,
it may have
it could
been.
be rape.
I don't want to put the man in the and say something wrong, but I do know that a couple of the women that came out, it was a little different than what some of the other women were saying.
So so the same thing I'm saying is, and what I've been trying to say is that once you know that a person, I'm taking this back. Once a person, you know that you've been flirting and the person is coming at you and they coming off the rip like that, you need to immediately shut it down. You shut it down as a woman and you let a man know that this is going to be bad for you, it's going to end badly for you
Right.
in the long run, you shut it down. Now, I'm not telling you if you're in a dangerous situation where a person can actually kill you or hurt you,
Right.
but you just let them know this is whatever you supposed to do, it's going to end badly for you.
And I just think,
You know?
again, I'm just gonna go back to the tour bus and with these celebrity guys and things. Groupies have been groupies for years, where they're following these people and they want to be the next wife or the next girlfriend or whatever it is they think they're gonna achieve by following these high profile people around, whether they're male or female. I just think as women, you need to be smart about stuff. I'm not blaming no victim. I'm not saying by any means it's your
Where these
fault as a
groupies coming?
female. But my point is, I know personally. Let me see who I love. Who I
What?
love. Let
How,
me just The Rock. Okay, let me just for example. I love The Rock, but I'm not finna get on The Rock's tour bus because I love The Rock. I don't know this man from a can of paint. You know what I'm saying? I want a picture. I want an autograph.
well,
I want this and
if
that.
you
But
want,
I'm not gonna let me finish. I'm not gonna put myself in an uncompromising position where my safety could be at jeopardy, all because I'm trying to be seen. So I'm just saying, as young women, just because they are a rapper or an actor or some sort of celebrity, you don't get on people. You don't know these people. You don't know them. And you don't know who's in their camp. I mean, hell, they could fall asleep and somebody in their camp. Remember, perfect example. Remember Pretty Woman with Julia Roberts and Richard Gere, and he had her for in his hotel room and paying for her services. Remember the business partner?
yeah.
Remember Richard Gere went to work, whatever he did, the business partner came in, and because of the situation that she was in with Richard Gere, he thought, well, if you're a hoe, you're a hoe. If he could pay for it, why can't I pay for it? So she was in a position where she put herself in, and people view you like that regardless of who you are. They view you that way. So, and this say,
Well, he didn't. Honestly, I remember that movie, and the guy started grabbing and groping,
he
and
was like, "Wait a minute, you a hoe."
but hold on. In actuality, his mindset, I understood
Right. But it
because that
happened.
because that's. But when they come grabbing and groping, he hadn't even paid for it yet. I'm sorry, but
He didn't
anyway,
even
I just
ask her. He just felt like he could
right,
do it
right.
because who he
But
thought she.
but my point that I'm trying to make is that, but I understand his mindset because that's how most people would think.
Most men.
Most people
Ugh.
would think that if you come in there, you just got paid to do something, and the next person say, "Well, hey, I can pay you too." They thinking that you doing business transactions. They want to do a business transaction.
You know what's so
So
funny? I know it's kind of off topic a little bit. He was actually, I can't remember his name. He's such a good actor, but I'm sorry, I can't remember his name. But he was actually on the Wendy Williams show recently, and he said after that movie, after that scene, people in the streets would throw stuff at him, spit at him because,
word.
because of that scene in the movie. They took it literally, and he was basically saying, like a lot of actors say, that was a character I was playing. That was not me. But people
Yeah.
took it serious because they like, how could you essentially, do something to her? She, you know what I'm saying? Why could you treat her like, they was really coming after him. But that's off topic. But
Yeah.
it's a thin line, Larry. It definitely is a thin line, and I think it all goes down to us as individuals having a moral compass about stuff. You don't go out to intentionally seek and destroy people's lives. Now, if you end up whatever position you're in, and if somebody is being sexually assaulted, and this is what it is, call it what it is. But don't go around making up stuff for financial gain or because you're mad at somebody, because once you put it out there you cannot take it back. And I think Usher is dealing with that now with that herpes thing. because I don't even know if it's been proven or not. But from what I understand, it's a lie. It's a lie. You know what I'm saying? And just and the world is becoming such a, it's sad. It's like Sodom and Gomorrah. I mean, like look at what's the man name? Kevin Hart. He cheated. This girl trying to extort money. The girl got on Nelly's bus, and so I don't know if it was Nelly, but somebody in the camp did. You know, it's just the game. I mean, it's just like people are
There's
using.
way more.
Yeah, people are
Is it cut
using.
off?
Yeah, people are using these situations to get financial gain. So when people are actually truly authentically sexually assaulted, it minimizes, it takes away from their situation because people are playing games with this thing. And it's not funny. It's nothing to play with.
Yeah,
It's
but
really not.
there's bigger actors than Nelly and
Well,
bigger people
but
than
that's all I
Nelly
can think
and
of, right? But okay,
in
let's
the
go back to
game.
Weinstein.
And I don't know about as big as Weinstein, but there's other people like Kevin
Kevin Spacey,
Spacey. That's
a 14-year-old boy. A
yeah. At the
14-year-old boy.
time, he was 14. He's a grown man now.
Right.
But there's a lot of that, and
It is a lot of it, and it's really unfortunate. And I actually put in my Facebook group. What's so funny? I cut you off.
no, go ahead.
Oh, I put in my Facebook group about Kevin Spacey, and because they're gonna cancel Netflix House of Spades, House of Cards, House of Spades, House of Cards, and my question was this: you know, he did a horrible thing, but they're canceling this all because of him. But innocent people, jobs are being affected. Their livelihood is being affected because of his. Why not just?
What you don't get, and this is what I tell people. Y'all don't see the narrative that's going on. There's a narrative that's created right now
What?
with the media.
Okay.
So there was a tumbling of the Weinstein situation set it off. Because they could not protect it. It was so many women. Then the caliber actor came out and started saying he did this to me too. The caliber of actor. One person said something. They tried to beat it back, make it wasn't true. But then a higher profile actor said this, and then another one, then another one. So it did change. Then all of a sudden they start calling out other people. Hollywood has been protected for years. I can't even think of the number of years. They have been protected for years.
It's about money.
So people been knowing it. People been suing. People been doing whatever.
It's money.
They've been shooting it down. Hold on.
Okay.
They've been shooting it down. They've been throwing it away, protecting these people. Even Michael Jackson had
What was that
incident.
guy on that TV that
Hold
who
on,
wrote
I'm
that
trying
book?
to make a point first right now. There's been being shot down. So there's a narrative that's been created to protect them. Now the gloves are off. It's exposed. So now the flip is politicians. We just finding out that in Congress they're using taxpayer dollars to protect the politicians in Congress from sexual charges. So that means they put in a bill, they put in a law that if Congressman Larry White, Senator Larry White, ever get you accused of sexual assault or sexual whatever, they pay out.
It's like insurance.
Yeah, they pay out
I'll be damned.
to the victim.
Right.
Or if it's illegal, they pay the legal fund. But it's us paying for it.
Us.
Yes, it's
And
taxpayer dollars.
That's a whole different caliber.
Yes, hear what I'm
That's a whole
saying.
different thing.
Hear what I'm saying. That's what's going on that's been going on in Washington because they've been doing it for years too.
Right.
Hollywood and Washington. One of the 2 miles of greatness, of power.
Hollywood is private money though.
No, it isn't. Hollywood is private money.
Yeah.
But Washington is
It's taxpayer money.
Well, it depends. What I'm saying is they're using taxpayer money to do it. So what I'm saying is those are 2 great miles of power.
Right.
Those are one of
2
the 2
mountains, 2 big things.
2 big things. What I mean is like all eyes, everything, people view them, people see it. Legislation goes out, not only that, but movies go out, it influences the world. Those two places
So what's
right
the
there.
narrative?
So the narrative now is they're going after Hollywood is already coming down.
Mm-hmm.
So what's happening is I see a media flip. Let's get ahead of this. Let's use it to our advantage.
Okay.
So it's going after actors. It started with going after.
Weinstein?
It started with going after politicians on the Republican side. Then it started affecting the Democrat politicians.
Oh, I don't follow that now.
Yeah, it's affecting Democrat politicians too, because they just had what's his name? That was a comedian, Al Franken. He got accused of sexual assault on a woman.
He's a politician?
Yes, he's a senator now.
Okay.
So he got accused of I believe it's maybe a Congress, but I think he's a senator. Senator Al Franken, yeah, he's a senator. And then and so that's happening now.
Mm-hmm.
He was a comedian and actor before he went to the Senate.
Okay.
And he's in they trying to get him in trouble. Now this is the thing. What I'm thinking. Now they're trying to throw Bill Clinton on the bus because Bill Clinton. They said he should have been. They said we were wrong for protecting him. The media protected him. Now they're saying the media and the party is saying
not just the media. He had
the party.
Not just the party. A lot of people, regular people like us who love Bill Clinton, they protected him too.
Okay.
Like they blame Monica Lewinsky. Well, you shouldn't have.
Right.
Yeah.
So they went after, they felt it, and they destroyed these women's lives.
They did.
Like those women, some of the women went broke.
Even Hillary just.
Yeah, Hillary was the main one. She was coordinating it from what it sounds like.
Yeah.
So they destroyed these people's lives. Now they trying to go, but the main goal they trying to go after, and this is just what my understanding is, they aiming at Trump. The whole goal is the whole goal of that. No, just hear me. The whole goal of going after Bill Clinton is to get at Trump. See, they can't get at Trump because what Trump did during the election was when they went after him about his sexual assaults and sexual deviancies.
But they were bringing up Clinton stuff during the process of doing the.
That Trump said, "Oh, you ain't coming after me, Mrs. Clinton. You can't say I'm this. I'm gonna bring up everybody."
And he did, didn't he?
That's why they say they can't go after him.
Okay.
Because if you let me make that point, they can't go after him because
that's common sense.
Because they got to take Bill Clinton down to be able to even to go after Trump.
Because I even said that, and I'm not a Trump fan, but I was like, didn't Bill Clinton do such and such and such? So how the heck they gonna? Point. I mean, you can't pick and choose who you want to support, what accuser you want to support.
And that's what's happening.
A sexual assault person is a person who commits sexual assault. They are who they are, regardless if they Bill Clinton or Donald Trump or whoever else.
And that's the whole point that I'm trying to make. They cannot go after Trump.
I agree.
Until they take Bill Clinton out. But Bill Clinton, it isn't going to affect
Bill
nobody.
Right,
it's going to affect Bill probably, but it ain't going to affect okay, put it like this. Bill Clinton is not in office. Yeah. Hillary Clinton is probably not going to run office again.
Right.
So what I'm saying is it's not going to protect, it's not going to hurt the party, which is the Democrat Party. It'll hurt the Republican
But they
Party.
have to stop at some point allowing these politicians who have these sketchy parts about their lives, because certain things are just unacceptable. Now, nobody's perfect. Everybody has a past. But when certain things are being done in that moment, when you are in a position of power, you should be held accountable for it. And Bill was never held accountable for his stuff.
Bill was in office at the time, but a lot of these people, I'm talking about Washington, a lot of these people, before they even got in office, a lot of this stuff happened. 40, 30 years back, people accusing them of that. What's his name?
Who was y'all telling me the other day? The Kennedy guy who...
Oh, yeah. Not John Kennedy, but the brother of Kennedy. I can't think of his name. He used to be senator. Senator Kennedy. He ended up killing a woman. Was drunk, had a car wreck with a woman in the car, and left her in the He left her in the water in the car. He had a wreck, went off on the bridge,
and he was protected.
And yeah, they basically didn't get charged. But see, he probably didn't intentionally try to kill her.
Right.
But he left her there overnight and went home and went to bed.
Right.
And then when they were looking for her,
honestly, if that had been you,
I would have been charged for not going to the police and saying, or not even going after the woman. He didn't even try
Right.
to save her.
Right.
He could have saved her, from my understanding.
Yeah, it is. It's not balanced. The power. What's it called?
It's
Power.
the elite.
It's
The elite.
unbalanced. It's
So
not balanced
basically,
because
that's Hollywood elite. They protected. Washington elite is protected. Any elite, I don't care if it's in politics or if it's movie star, actor, billionaires, millionaires, they can be protected.
it's all about
they got
money.
influence.
It's all about money. It's all about making money and
It's
people.
more than money. It's
people-
about influence.
It's about influence too. But just think about it, because honestly, what is it, Bill? What is that guy that was on that who writes the books and who came out who they that the TV executives were saving his butt every time, and finally they decided, you know what, this is enough is enough. So many women kept coming forward.
Was it the one on Fox News?
No, was the guy on Fox News? Oh my gosh, we just talked about this not long ago. He writes books, and was that the guy that write books? Bill?
You talking about Bill O'Reilly?
Was that him?
Yeah, Bill O'Reilly.
Was that the one they was protecting too, or was another one they were protecting?
They was protecting the owner. Not the owner.
It was somebody at Fox News.
The one that Rupert, I think it was. I don't know if it was Rupert Murdoch, but it was one of the. It was one of the.
Damn it, I just can't remember.
The owner or the manager, or somebody that actually ran it. But Bill allegations, come to find out, actually
Were false.
Were not true. They not necessarily not true. They
Unfounded.
unfounded. It was more like just the accused, and it affected him. He was one of the first that they.
Yeah, but it was
just
somebody.
the
I'm gonna find out that name because it's on the tip of my tongue and I can't remember
The one
him.
that one of them that just died. He just had fell in the bathroom. I think that was the one in Fox.
I don't know, but I remember a black female came forward on him, and that's how I think the domino effect happened, because it happened with her so long ago. But then when he was finally accused, and
Talking about Bill O'Reilly?
I don't even think it was Bill. Oh my gosh.
Who's this dude? Who you talking about?
It was on one of these news channels, because it was they was paying off the people who were accusing him. They were paying the girls off to be quiet about it. Damn it. Oh my God. This is what happens, y'all, when y'all old as hell and can't remember stuff. I got so much shit going on in my head, I can't remember nothing right now. But I'm going to look that up, because I know it was, because you know who it was. We talked about this. And we may have talked about it on the previous episode. I just can't remember. I can't remember. But anyway, I just want to thank you. I just want to say that I think it's very brave for a lot of the women that are coming forward now, even the ones that have made, like Angelina Jolie, Ashley Judd, all these women who were affected by Weinstein. They're speaking out. Honestly, they probably should have spoke out sooner. Maybe this could have been stopped a long time ago. But at least you're speaking out now. And I just think it's commendable that they're doing that, because now people are looking at them. Oh, so that's how you got where you got. Well, a lot of their track records speak for themselves. You can't say that one interaction with Weinstein made them who they are, because a lot of their resume now is on their own.
But when you see
accord.
a lot of these people come out of nowhere, never acted before, and all of a sudden they get starring roles.
Right, you just don't know. It makes you question it.
But
I never even know who this man was. I don't know.
My thing is, I've heard of Weinstein, but my thing is that all accusations and accusals may not be warranted or true. So I'm a little skeptical on that kind of stuff. So
yeah. I think you are. You the type of person who I want proof. I want to see the bloody glove. I want to see the DNA. You want proof.
That's because I work in the legal field, so I'm just telling
the burden
you.
of proof. Yeah. I mean, you definitely got to keep that in consideration, because again, you're messing with people's lives.
People lie, and you know what I'm telling you. What people don't realize is that is one of the 10 Commandments. We know about lying, but one of them is bringing false witness against somebody.
One person may lie.
And why you think that's in there?
Because it is, right?
Because accusing somebody, you ruin their name. That's one of the things all a person have is who they are.
That's
their
true.
reputation. So if you accuse somebody and it's not true, you can never get that back.
That's true.
That's why now I ain't gonna lie to you, I heard this on a talk show somewhere. I don't know where I heard it from, but it made so much sense to me. I said, why would that? Because I've always wondered, isn't that the same thing as lying? But it's not.
What's that?
Bringing false
witness. Okay,
witness
gotcha.
upon somebody.
Okay.
So I've always thought that was a lie. Why would you lie on somebody? But you're lying on somebody. It's not like you just lying. You're shaming a person's name, and it's not true. You're tearing somebody down for some other gain. But I always come back around when they happen to people. I believe in the karma effect.
Karma, yeah,
It's
karma's
gonna come
coming
back.
back.
If you
Karma is
false,
a
if
bitch and
falsely
she don't
accused,
care. She don't love nobody. She coming for whoever. So
well,
I just think people need to be true to themselves and don't just go around just falsely accusing people of stuff. I mean, I don't know, but along the same lines of accusing people. So we had Tyrese who broke down on social media in these crazy episodes rants because his ex-girlfriend wife um was accusing him of some things that some charges, accusing him some things that he had done to his daughter. I think physically and verbally abusive.
yeah.
And I think that he was actually vindicated of those charges and things like that. But then now you have Tamar, who is publicly going through a divorce with Vince. Now they're saying that he was abusive. And now then Jennifer Hudson, who has been who was a professional it was in a professional engagement, a career engagement, so to speak, because she was engaged for 10 years. Who the hell does that? So Jennifer Hudson was engaged to David for 10 years, and I think she cheated on him. And so they're going through a public breakup in custody because they never did get married of their son. And now she's saying he was abusive towards her. So this is like another spin on
That's what I'm saying.
people.
Women out. A lot of times
Women, no, no,
people
no.
say
Let's not
they
just say women. Let's
abuse.
just say people. Let's just talk about this because this is very important because people are falling back on this abuse thing. Even what's the girl, the Spice Girl? Recently, she's going through a situation with her husband, Mary J. Blige. I mean, now people are coming out the woodwork saying they was treated some type of way, they were abused. They're saying these. I can't remember if Mary J. said that, but
Well, let me say this: in the legal field, in family law, in any state, the first way of getting what you want is when you start screaming abuse and you need a protective order or something like that. Like here in Texas, I'm only going to speak of Texas. A lot of times when these women, I
Angelina
serve,
Jolie did it also with Brad Pitt. She said that he screamed at one of the children. It was abusive,
okay,
so she could. It's like to gain custody.
okay. So when you are going through a legal matter and you got a protective order, the way it works is if you get granted a protective order, you can file a protective order and get one served, but you got to have your protective order proven. And if it's proved after that protective order has been granted, as far as a divorce, there's nothing you can't get. So you're gonna pretty much get your way after that. The custody of the kids, you're gonna get, the money, different things like that.
Once again, those type of things are put in place to protect people who this is actually
Happening
to. It should not be a tactic
It is a
to
tactic.
get custody of your
It's
kids.
illegal.
It's just because you're mad at somebody because your situation didn't work out. I don't know Tamar. I don't live with her. I don't know
It's a
Jennifer
legal.
Hudson.
It's a legal tactic that most attorneys use. You got to remember, anytime there's a law,
But that's
anytime
destructive.
there's a law that's put into place, whether it's insurance, whether it's uh, protecting kids. Look at people losing their kids behind CPS. For CPS, there's laws that the state put in, and to protect kids, and then the CPS worker come in and strip kids out of homes, and it may not even be true. Just accused. There's all kind of stuff happen like that. So laws are always being abused. It doesn't matter what law it is.
So let's
It's
just talk
always going to
about
be
this from a
abused.
moral compass standpoint because, again, I don't know Tamar. I don't know her life. One of the things that has come out of her situation is people are looking at her as if, well, look at your mouth. I mean, no wonder he had to get salty with you or put you in your place. Wendy Williams' husband it just came out that he cheated on her and got a baby on the way. That's what you get, Wendy. You're look how you deal with people. I mean, so people are taking now whether there is an abuse or not, whether it's infidelity or not, that's there. But the fact that we as a society is that victim blaming or I mean we see these people in our lives on our televisions, hear them on our radios, and then when these things come out, we immediately say, well, that's what they get. That's the kind of life they chose to live. Now all of a sudden you want my sympathy after you done treated all these people some type of way. I mean, that's one aspect of it. And then just getting back to specifically Tamar and or Jennifer Hudson, these are women that a lot of people admire, look up to, follow, whether they're trolling them or admiring them. They stay in these relationships and then they break apart, and all of a sudden these abuse allegations come out. But look how long they've stayed. Is that humanizing them, or is it saying to people, well, if they stay, I should stay? I mean, what type of message is it sending? And does that make sense? What I'm trying to say? It's so many facets to it. It really is.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say this: when celebrities are people, okay, so it may be true, it may not be true, but relationships happen this way, whether you're famous or not. You're always gonna, at the end of the relationship, every bad thing you ever done is gonna be thrown out there. A lot of times people say they've been abused as a woman. They come out and come to find out they did hitting themselves. They said things of verbal abuse. You can say how you can have a mouth on you. You don't think that's verbal abuse? You cussing me out. You calling me names. You saying mean things about me, my family, my kids. You saying mean things about my person, my things personal that you know about me,
Right.
and you throwing it in my face. That's verbal abuse.
That's abusive.
Okay, so then all of a sudden he turned around, and slapped her, just hit her.
Not the backhand.
Now, so what I'm saying is he turned around and hit her.
It's not justified.
It's not justified.
Words.
Hold on. It's not justified to turn around and hit somebody. But let's say the same thing with a woman. When that dude didn't come home on time, she comes to the door, he come in the door, and all of a sudden she come in and start hitting on him, slapping on him, punching on him, hitting on him because she mad at him. She could go to jail too. But guess what?
What?
Most likely he's not going to do nothing. He's going to grab her hands. He's going to pull her in the house and say, okay, chill out, stop. And he's going to hold her down. But she going to scream. As soon as he try to do anything to get her off of him, she going to scream and hit her. So my point my point that I'm trying to say is that words, you saying
words matter.
Words matter. You saying Tamar didn't do nothing. She talking screaming at Vince, and he just all of a sudden he hit her, or he's saying, however it looks, it's not right for Vince to hit, and it's not right for Tamar to verbally abuse anybody and to get on somebody's nerve like that. Now, if it's that bad, both of them can separate if they need to come back together. But
I'm a Tamar fan. I'm not a Tamartian because I don't follow her like that, but I like me some Tamar. And what I will say, and sometimes she get on my nerves. It's just like that friend who has this bigger than life personality, but she get on your damn nerve. You just love everything about her. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna say this: what we see on TV in terms of this flip mouth, this like I said, this bigger than life personality, that's TV. It's edited that way. It's and then their lives do play out before us, but not all of this stuff is true. You can't victimize somebody or deal with somebody some type of way. Well, I guess you can, but it's not fair to them because they are real people. So I don't know in what way Vince was abusive. They said that he was controlling and all these types of things like that. But we only saw what they allowed us to see in terms of what's on television. Because you even said yourself, God, at least she get on my nerves. She just won't shut up. But that was part of her persona, her personality. That's what people. It was just like.
I'm gonna say this.
That doesn't mean.
If Vince was controlling. Sometimes you have to control your environment. Sometimes you have to control. If you got somebody, you marry somebody, she a free spirit, she wild, she whatever.
Like me, I'm a free spirit.
You have to control some of what goes out. If he say don't do something or don't do this, protecting his family, protecting his name, protecting his reputation, protecting his money. There are some things she needs to abide by.
But you know what's so funny is though you say that, but I have not heard one person say that Tamar protected or controlled protected her relationship with Vincent. Now on TV,
She did protect
certain
her
things played
relationship.
out, but let me tell you something. This girl, all the way up until this came out that they were getting divorced, and she still hasn't said anything.
Right.
She even recently, I'm going to stop my music. I'm going to take more of a back seat. I'm going to change direction. I'm going to do a shift in my career because my marriage come first. Even to the public, that's my thickums. That's my man. Wait a minute, that's my business. She was always down
She
for her
did.
man. So even if he was controlling or abusive, she protected him. And I'm not saying it's a good or bad. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying it's a good thing. Everybody's
First of all,
demonizing her.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I just can't see him being abusive. I'm not saying he wasn't. But
Don't let that big teddy bear looking fool you.
Let me just tell you. First of all, Vince was at least a good 350 to 400 pounds. Tamar, you can run. He can't catch you. Don't sit there.
Oh my God.
Tamar, all you had to do was stick there and move. Don't be caught in the corner. Don't stay in the room.
Long as he don't grab you, girl, you got this.
you gotta know where the exit is. Stick and go.
Oh
Make
my
sure
God.
the door unlocked.
That's true. That's too funny. But you're right. You say you can't see it, but again, I only know what I hear about Vince in the media, and he does not have a huge family base. And a lot of men are actually, because I was in a relationship like that, a lot of men are very insecure when it comes to when they don't have what the person that they with have, like a strong support system, a strong base, a strong family, ride or dies in their life who actually genuinely care about them and their lives. And if you never had that, a part of you don't get it. You just don't get it. And you do find yourself, because I dealt with this with somebody who didn't have actually that family foundation and was really jealous, loved my family, but by the same coin was jealous of my family dynamics also. So he became controlling to be able to control the influence they had on me. Even though the influence wasn't against him, he still wanted to control that influence because he didn't have it. He knew that I can control her, I can't control them. So let me come in and be divisive with this situation versus trying to be a part of a bigger thing, which is a family, because all of us don't have strong family foundations. You have one, I have one, but everybody don't have one. And I think at some point in his life he did, but he said that his parents died. And I think one time he said he don't have no cousins. I ain't seen an uncle. I ain't seen not one family member he repped on any of these shows. I really haven't. He's a self-made millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Everything he got, he got it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that makes sense, but I don't know. I just, my heart breaks with situations like this, and I just don't like the fact that and the women are the ones who are being blamed. And honestly, it comes from a lot of freaking men. Because her goddamn mouth. She wants to stop running her darn mouth. You to my I don't know what that means. Woo, so we said a lot, but didn't even get through my entire list. Isn't that something?
Well, get to it next time.
Y'all, when I tell y'all, we are literally sitting up here in the bed with the TV on mute, drinking salted caramel tea as we record this podcast. That's exactly what we're doing. It's Sunday, and we just chilling. Just chilling like a villain. But I had to get this in. Anything else you want to... I did want to talk about... So, on our next episode, we're going to probably talk about the 3 young men who were caught stealing in China. I did want to touch on that. And I also want to talk about... this is a hip-hop. Is rap hip-hop? I'm so out of touch. Is it?
What did you just say?
Is rap hip-hop? Oh my God.
No, it is not.
It's not?
Hip hop is rap.
Oh my gosh. You know what I mean. I want to talk about female rappers. I want to talk about Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, Remy Ma, Lil' Kim, Foxy Brown, the pretend rapper Jocelyn Hernandez. I'm going to talk about
Jocelyn. She said it. I didn't say it. I don't need you coming after us.
Girl, come after me, cuss me out. I'm here for it. Cuss me out, because, everybody got a side of their story. I'm interested in hearing hers.
Nah. You just said
as long as she don't try to fight me, I'm pressing charges. I'm not fighting you.
You just said women
What?
come with their mouths. She come over here with her mouth.
I cut her mouth, too.
The backhand come out.
Don't hit Jocelyn, because she fight like a dude. She might beat you up. She might beat both of us up.
She ain't gonna beat me
She
up.
might beat both our behind. Oh my gosh. I like Jocelyn though. I just want to talk about these women because I'm just such in awe about how all this is playing out. Of course, I have an opinion. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and end this episode with the Anonymous Tea, which I don't have, by the way, but is actually a new segment on the podcast where we receive letters of questions about relationships or whatever's on your mind, stories, decisions that you're trying to make. I mean, my wife want a poodle, I want a German Shepherd. I mean, whatever. We got the Anonymous Tea, and so if you want to be a part of the show and we read your stuff on the show, please email me at teawithmonroe@gmail.com, and we would definitely address your letter on our episodes. And if also you want to be a part of the show, also let me know. But be sure to, when you send me the emails, to identify it in the subject line, whether it's anonymous or not, because definitely we don't want to put you out there if you want to remain behind the scenes. So it's called the Anonymous Tea, teawithmonroe@gmail.com. I look forward to hearing from you all. And as always, those that rock with me, I appreciate it. Thank you for keeping up with me. And if you're new, hope you enjoyed the show. Hope you look at some binge listen on some past episodes. I'm trying to get better at this, and I need you to do that. So be sure to subscribe. iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Stitcher Radio. And also, there's more of me. I got more of me to share. Y'all can search me on YouTube, Monroe Bishop, and I got a lot of vlogs and video reactions and things I'm doing out there as well. So definitely check that out and subscribe. But until then, y'all, we out here. Oh, we gotta talk about the Houston West Fest also, because that was your thing last night.
Peace. We'll talk to y'all later.
He made me sick. Bye.
Good night.
I appreciate everyone who is listening to the podcast today. If you have any questions, comments, or topics you would like for us to discuss in future episodes, email me at teawithmonroe@gmail.com. You can also contact me on my DM via Facebook and Twitter at teawithmonroe, or on Instagram under Monroe Bishop. Thank you, and everyone have a blessed day. Bye.